come back home, and Westbury in Johannesburg remains tense with a strong police presence in the area this morning. Yesterday, residents protested against increasing violence and police inaction. The protest comes after a woman was shot dead in alleged gang-related violence on Thursday. A 10-year-old relative was also wounded. eNCA's Lindokuhle Xulu is there and joins us now live. Lindokuhle, good morning to you. How are things looking out there this morning?
As you rightfully put it, there is a strong police presence around the area here in Westbury, and a lot of people really appreciating the fact that there are patrols in the area. But one thing that we need to take note of is that there are no protests today. There are no protests or blockading of any road whatsoever. It seems that that situation remains calm even after the residents themselves yesterday promised to intensify their protest, especially to see or to yield the results of seeing the police minister saying that they want intervention now from national government in terms of what is happening, which is the inaction or the inability to solve or curb these criminal activities that are taking place in this community.
The one big thing, Lindokuhle, that we're expecting to come out of there, of course, is the community meeting in the afternoon. Do we have any more details on who is going to attend?
Well, Tembegile, we understand that the community themselves have been trying for, especially yesterday when they had started with the protest, to lobby and get people to rally behind this banner of fighting against the crime in the area. So we understand that community leaders particularly would be the ones that will be pushing people to go to that meeting and ensure that, a lot of people understand that they need to come together, because that is one of the things really that they're calling for, saying that this community doesn't need necessarily a lot of things, but it needs first, to be united itself in fighting against crime. We understand that there have been instances where some of them were able to, or rather, were trying to come against this crime, or trying to testify against some of these crimes that took place in this particular community. But we understand that they are met with violence, they are met with intimidation, and some of them saying that there were people that were shot that were set to testify against some of the criminal activities in the area. But Tembegile, if you would allow me just to move here and show you the space where the lady who lost her life that sparked all of this, and this is the passage really. And we're just going to try and move closer. We understand that some of the family, some of the friends have actually come to visit this area and have put somewhat a monument for her there. You see there is a cross right there. I don't know if we can get closer, but there is a cross there, as well as flowers that are put there, and that is exactly where she lost her life. And of course, accompanied by that 10-year-old lady, the 10-year-old girl who was shot in the calf. But you understand that she is fine, she is receiving medical attention. But this is what the community is dealing with. And in fact, I saw people moving up from up the streets just a few minutes ago, praying and spraying water in the streets, and saying that inviting, in fact, a divine intervention to come and intervene in this situation that these people find themselves in terms of the crime that they're battling. So really the community is calling for and lobbying people to come together and fight against this crime, and not only depend on law enforcement to do that for them.
The fatal shooting on Thursday, Lindokuhle, was not the first violent incident in this part of Westbury, and in as much as the community is going to meet this afternoon and saying what they need is better policing and to rid the area of the gangsters who reside there, I'm wondering if there is any hope at all that all these interventions that people are calling for will actually come to pass now that we've seen the focus move to this area over the last 3 days.
Well, what we were able to understand, in fact, from the residents that took to the streets yesterday to express their frustrations about the crime that is taking place in this area, is that they feel confident now, seeing a lot of people coming out. So the group mentality of this now, seeing a lot of people have come out, in fact, yesterday, and did occupy these streets and said that enough is enough. And one of the things that they were saying was "Ghanuch is Ghanuch," which is enough is enough, and calling even for the army to come to the area if needs be to curb or stop this crime that is happening in this area. But one thing that has encouraged a lot of residents was that march that took place, that went around the community, and we saw a lot of people coming out of their yards, a lot of people coming out of their homes to actually join this thing. So there is a hope for these residents that seeing that they were able to come together yesterday and bring this place to a stop, it means that they can come together now and lobby others as well, because this community, they're saying that there are more people that still need to be lobbied to actually be join this movement now of stopping crime in this area. But they're saying that one of the things they take comfort in the fact that there was a high number of people that went out, and that is one of the things that really is encouraging residents at this point in time to actually try and fight this crime themselves and take it upon themselves to ensure that this crime is tackled properly by themselves and, of course, the law enforcement agencies in the area.
Lastly, have we had any news on the condition of the 10-year-old child who was hurt in that shooting on Thursday?
Well, it still remains, the news still remains the same. We understand that the child is being treated, but it is not, a life-threatening wound. That's what we understand right now. But the families were able to go there and comfort the child and, just make sure that the child is receiving counseling. But as far as we understand at this stage, she is being treated and is fine in terms of, or recovering well in terms of that injury that she sustained on the shooting here at this passage.
All right, eNCA reporter Lindokuhle Xulu keeping watch on the situation in Westbury.